Do I need to call you the female version of Steph Curry, or do I need to call Steph Curry the male version of Caitlin Clark?
Somehow, some way, every single person in our locker room believed, and to be honest, this year was probably more special than last year.
Fans are more excited for women's basketball than men's basketball, and I haven't seen the ratings, but women's college basketball is on fire. Women's college basketball, Caitlin Clark is really, for women's college basketball, it's a superstar.
Can't help but watch when she plays, where she's shooting from, the range, the confidence, the flair. Like, she's a performer.
You asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that that player set it.
What if I told you there's a player in the WNBA who's changing the game so much, she's got NBA superstars defending her? That's right, Steph Curry is stepping up again to back Caitlin Clark. Why does she need defending in the first place? Let's talk about how this Rookie of the Year is shaking up the league and why some people can't handle it. Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's rewriting the playbook. This rookie is leading the league in assists, and even set a new record for most assists in a single game. I won't give you the exact numbers yet, but trust me, they're insane. Clark isn't just filling up the stat sheet, she's filling up arenas. We're talking packed houses, sky-high TV ratings, and get this, there's talk of a $200 million media deal. That's not just game-changing, that's league-changing. You'd think everyone would be thrilled, right? Well, not everyone's happy about it. You won't believe who's stepping up to defend her. It's about to get real interesting. Hold up though, Clark's breaking records and packing arenas, but she's also ruffling some serious feathers. What's got veterans and rookies alike gunning for her on the court? And why are some analysts trying to dim her spotlight? The reasons might make your blood boil. You'd think everyone in the WNBA would be celebrating Caitlin Clark's success, right? Well, think again. The rookie sensation is facing some serious heat, both on and off the court. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about what's happening during games. Clark's getting pushed around, shoved, and hit hard by both veterans and rookies. We're not talking about normal basketball contact here. This is next level physical. It's got people wondering, is this just part of the game, or is there something more to it? But the drama doesn't stop when the final buzzer sounds. Some sports analysts are trying to downplay Clark's achievements. Get this, Joy Taylor, a well-known sports commentator, claimed Clark was unknown before the 2023 NCAA championship. Seriously? The player who's been lighting up scoreboards and highlight reels was supposedly invisible. That's some next level shade. It's not just Taylor either. Monique Judge, another media figure, called Clark the white damsel in distress in the WNBA. Talk about a low blow. It's like they can't handle the fact that Clark's changing the game, so they're trying to cut her down to size. What is this kind of pushback? It's not new. Think about other sports legends who face criticism early in their careers. It's like a rite of passage for athletes who shake things up. They come in hot, change the game, and suddenly everyone's got an opinion. Some unexpected allies are stepping up to defend Clark. We're talking NBA superstars, people. LeBron James, one of the greatest to ever play the game, came out swinging for Clark. He said, Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things are gonna happen for the WNBA. That's huge. And it's not just LeBron. Kevin Durant's also in Clark's corner. He's calling out her exclusion from Team USA for the 2024 Olympics and saying her success in the WNBA is crucial for women's basketball. When players of this caliber speak up, people listen. So what does it all mean? It means Caitlin Clark isn't only changing the game on the court, she's changing the conversation around women's basketball. She's got the skills to dominate, the star power to draw crowds, and now she's got some of the biggest names in basketball backing her up.
Let me get into this Caitlin Clark fire starter.
First time we got women's basketball ahead of men's basketball. If you ain't in the Steph Curry shape, that's how she plays, bro.
Caitlin Clark is a white heterosexual woman in a black lesbian league.
I think I'll just be the female version of Steph Curry.
I mean, you hear people talking about you and throwing out those comparisons. Speak about how that makes you feel, about how you've just taken the world by storm because of your shooting prowess.
So for people to come at me and say that I made those comments because I'm a racist, like, first of all, black people can't be racist, but like, that's the farthest thing from my mind.
Caitlin Clark's got the backing of basketball royalty, but one player's support stands out above the rest. When the NBA's three-point king speaks, everyone listens. So what exactly did Steph Curry say about Clark that's got the basketball world buzzing? Steph Curry, the guy who revolutionized the NBA with his insane shooting, is now talking about Caitlin Clark like she's the next big thing, and he's not wrong. Curry's praising Clark's impact on the game, saying, when she shows up, the seats are filled and there's a different energy. That's huge coming from a player of his caliber. But it's not just about the hype. Curry's breaking down Clark's game like a true expert. He's talking about her shooting form, how it stays consistent no matter how far out she is.
It's crazy though, just because her shot is like that, it's at that level. If you really watch, like her floor game is as impressive. So
Yeah, I really feel like I'm still kind of in a dream, in a real world. I mean, it's kind of crazy, obviously. Those are the players I kind of grew up watching. Obviously, Steph Curry's kind of changed the game, and he's a player I grew up loving. I still love. I watch him all the time. So it's kind of crazy seeing all those NBA players, WNBA players tweet about you.
And women's college basketball ratings are the highest they've, I think, ever been.
I break down the release time, which is pretty much identical to mine.
Certainly been a special year, and to be honest, like after last year, I was kind of like, well, how do we top doing what we did last year? And
let me tell you, Clark's not just shooting from downtown, she's shooting from the parking lot. Her average three-point shot is coming from 28 feet out. That's way beyond the WNBA three-point line at 22 feet, 1.75 inches. It's even further than the NBA line at 23 feet, 9 inches. Clark's not just playing the game, she's expanding the court. Curry's quick to point out that Clark's game isn't just about shooting though. He says focusing on her range almost robs her of the rest of her game. Clark's got the whole package. Playmaking, leadership, you name it. She's not just a shooter, she's a complete player who's changing how the game is played. Curry's support isn't only about Clark's skills, it's about what she represents for the future of women's basketball. When a player like Curry speaks up, it changes the conversation. It's not just fans and WNBA players talking about Clark anymore, it's NBA superstars, it's the mainstream media, it's everyone. This isn't about one player backing another. It's about breaking down barriers between men's and women's basketball. Curry's support, along with other NBA stars like LeBron James and Kevin Durant, is shining a spotlight on the WNBA like never before. They're not saying Clark is good for a woman. They're saying she's changing the game, period. Forget changing the game. Caitlin Clark is flipping the whole table. You know how they say numbers don't lie? Well, Clark's numbers are screaming, and they're telling a story that's blowing people's mind. Let's talk about the Caitlin effect. This isn't about one player making waves. It's about a tidal wave hitting the entire WNBA. Picture this, the WNBA All-Star Game fan voting went through the roof. We're talking a 600% increase. That's not a typo, 600%. And the viewership, it hit 3.44 million. That's a 146% jump from the previous record. Clark isn't just bringing fans to the game, she's bringing them in droves. There's talk of a new media deal worth $200 million per season. That's a 300% increase from the current $50 million deal. Can one player really change an entire league this much? When it comes to Caitlin Clark, the answer seems to be a resounding yes. Let's break down why Clark's making such a massive impact. First off, she's not just good, she's historically good. We're talking about the NCAA Division the Wine all-time leading scorer here. She racked up 3,000 points in college. That's more than Pete Maravich, more than anyone else in history. And three-pointers, she knocked down 162 in a single NCAA season, shattering the previous record held by none other than Steph Curry. But Clark isn't just bringing her college game to the pros, she's elevating it. She's leading the league in assists with 8.3 per game. She broke the rookie record for assists in a single game with 19. 19 assists in one game. That's just crazy. And we haven't even talked about her shooting range yet. Clark's average three-point shot is coming from 28 feet out. That's not just beyond the WNBA three-point line. It's beyond the NBA line too. So what does all this mean? It means Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's becoming a symbol of change in women's basketball. Her success isn't about personal accolades or even team wins. It's about paving the way for the future of the WNBA. Caitlin Clark's journey from college superstar to WNBA game changer is like watching a rocket take off. She's facing challenges, sure, but she's also setting records left and right, and now she's got NBA stars in her corner. That's huge. It's not just about Clark anymore. She's changing how people see women's basketball. When guys like Curry, LeBron, and KD speak up, everyone listens. She's certainly changing the game. So what if Clark is just the beginning? What if we're watching the start of something massive in women's sports? Next time you see Clark play, remember, you're not just watching a game, you're watching history unfold right in front of you. Stay tuned for more exciting drama in women's basketball. Never a dull moment. If you have a comment, please drop a line below. Thanks for watching till the end. Make sure you subscribe and see you in the next video. Now let's go!